Alright, so Ologs by default are immune to vault. They have default vault breakers, so you can't jump or flip over them from the front, but it does work from behind. And unfortunately, not even Waters of Lorien works. This doesn't trigger on Ologs. It will still use the vault over animation and mechanic. I don't know why they coded it like this, but yeah, weird decision by the devs. At the very least, the default dodge is that you slide underneath them and you get behind them, so I guess that's alright, but yeah, it's very clunky. Ologs also cannot be parried. None of their attacks can be parried. So something like Fatal Counter just wouldn't work even on Olog grunts. They do have an opportunity where you can counter stun them though. That's the only sort of counter-like option you can use. Won't be terribly effective if it's a captain immune to frost, so yeah. They're also immune to knockdowns, like they just completely cannot be knocked down. So ground finishes would just automatically be out of the question. Also stuns like Elven Light won't knock them down either, right? They'll just be standing but still stunned. They're also immune to Shadow Strike Pull and Shadow Strike Dominate. Oddly enough, if it's a broken Olog captain, Shadow Dominate does work. They're also immune to Drain, so just the regular Drain, and they're also immune to Stealth Drain. But you do have the option of Stealth Draining Ologs if you have Spirit Drain, but only if Dominate is disabled.
Nothing over here.
Right, so Dominate needs to be disabled. So it works well with Quiver of Souls.
Whatever it was, it's not over here.
If you have Spirit Drain, you can actually use Drain on Ologs, which is pretty neat. And then of course there are abilities where it has special upgrades that allows it to work on Ologs. For example, Savage Ice and Olog Lord that will allow Pin and Consume to work on Ologs. And there's also Death Troll for Raise Dead. So yeah, Ologs can be very annoying to deal with, unfortunately. One other note is that mounted combat does give you some extra options as well. Getting a Graug to use its eating execution does work. They can eat an Olog. Same with Drakes. Drakes can swoop down and grab an Olog and eat them as well. So at least it's not too limited. Yeah, Ologs have a lot of default immunities. Alright, so in the Desolation of Mordor DLC, Ologs will be immune to Grapple Pull. These only works on Uruks, as it states very clearly in this case, which is good. These even work on defenders as well, even if they're in their defensive shield stance. So this is very useful for opening enemies up to attack. But yeah, Ologs are immune to this. Shield Charge in Desolation of Mordor DLC works wonders against Ologs though. That doesn't have the Vault Breaker issues at all. That's what you would want Waters of Loriens to do to Ologs, but yeah. So yes, Shield Charge actually works against Ologs in the DLC. You can get right behind them. So that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, there is no way to get anything like this in the base game. So yeah, Talion is just going to be stuck sliding underneath them.